welcome to This Is Your Spotlight, the pilot episode. This show is focusing on filmmakers, community activists with events in the Bronx or outside the Bronx. And today's guests are going to be Victor Cruz. No, not the football guy. It's a gentleman who grew up in the Mount Haven section of the Bronx, and he has a great web series called Tita. And then also we're going to be speaking to Brooklynite, Ina Tkach. Stay tuned and welcome again to This Is Your Spotlight.
Tita. Hi, Tita.
Oh, hi, Rosemary. How are you? Ay, what did I run into, huh? Ay, oh my God, qué susto. That baby scared me. Ay, look at the way that baby's looking at me. Ay, I feel like it's looking into my soul. Ay, God forgive me, pero that baby's ugly.
Tita, look at my baby. Isn't she beautiful? People tell me all the time that I should put my baby in commercials.
Oh, really? Like what kind of commercials? Like ones for Halloween?
No, Tita. Like regular commercials.
Okay.
She just turned 1 year old. She's a New Year's baby, born on January 1st, 2020.
Oh, wow. Now I see what kicked off that year.
You want to hold her?
I know, I don't want to hold up, okay? It's better if you hold her, just in case, she, tries to bite me.
She came out just like her father.
I hope you left him.
I'm sorry?
No, I say, I wish the best for him.
Oh, thank you, Tita.
This isn't right. That's a baby. And babies are from heaven. They're God's little angels, fíjate. I need to try to connect with her. Hi, baby. My name is Tita. How are you? Hi, Tita. Hi.
Who's that special lady with a story to tell? It's Tita. Tita.
Yo, that's a hit.
Hi, my name is Victor Cruz, and I'm the founder of the Victor Cruz Acting Studio, located right here in New York City. We specialize in high-quality self-tapes for actors. We capture you at your best. We take your tape and your great performance, and we add a basic color correct, a basic sound mix, and we create a tape that will leave impressions with casting directors, and anybody who is looking to see you at your best as an actor. Oh, and you should know, we don't charge additional for coaching. It's a part of the deal. So while you're here, we're gonna be encouraging you to be your very best. All you have to do is log on to VictorCruzActingStudio.com, find the date and the time that works best for you, book it, and we're all set. My name is Victor Cruz. I'll see you soon.
Hello, hi, welcome. Once again, I am here with the ever-evolving Victor Cruz. No, not the football guy, like I said in my intro. My long-standing acquaintance / buddy who's been doing his dang thing since 2007 till now. He's done movies. He did a movie called The Stockroom, which would explain The Stockroom a little bit.
The Stockroom. My very
That's when you back.
Yes, you brought me back. So The Stockroom is a story loosely based on my experience as a stockroom clerk back when I worked in a clothing store. And basically the premise in a nutshell is that the stockroom supervisor, Joseph Rodriguez, he is about to be promoted to assistant manager of the store, but at the very last minute, they decide to change up the plan. Corporate sends in one of their own guys, and let's just say that all hell breaks loose. The film takes place in one entire day, and there is an urban legend in the stockroom that says that if you've been working in a stockroom for 10 years or more, you'll never leave. And so Joseph, before the clock strikes midnight, like in Cinderella, he has to do something to get out of the stockroom so he's not stuck there forever.
Interesting. And I saw that and I was just like, damn, this is creative. I don't want to work in a stockroom ever, pero coño. I mean, coño, sorry. I was like, okay, this is interesting. But okay, so I see you got your Tita merch on.
Yes.
So, by the way, for the Tita fanatics in the house, Tita gets love everywhere. She was recently on Channel 11, and she has her long-standing web series. Explain the inspiration behind Tita, because that was interesting. She kind of has like a Homer Simpson type of shirt body type thing.
Yeah.
But the attitude is like all mujer. Explain that, like all women. So
yeah, so Tita is like a lot of women in my family, a lot of women that I grew up around in the neighborhood. As a kid, I grew up in the South Bronx. And for me, like, she's a reflection of all these like really strong women, right? Not just any kind of women, but strong women who a lot of them were single moms when I was growing up, but they just could handle life and more. Tita was a voice that I had been doing for a very long time before she was birthed into a body as you know her now. I would literally prank call friends with the voice and mess with them for a while. And I think right smack in the middle of the pandemic, I was still figuring out like, what am I going to do with this fantastic voice of this woman? And so I experimented with animation, and let's just say the rest is history. She became something really special.
Right. I will tell you, I do send my friends every time you drop an episode, ever so often, I send it to my friends. My son's godmother is a big Tita fan. She's like, oh my God, I love Tita. I just saw her new episode and todo and stuff like that. And she was like, oh my God, you're gonna have the queen of Tita on. I'm gonna watch the show. And I was like, okay, tranquila, respira. It'll be okay. Like, relax, breathe. And I don't know. I feel like Tita's a mixture for me because I grew up in Harlem, and there were women like Tita sometimes that I used to see in the neighborhood, and it would just be like in the episode, recent episode that we showed, Rosemary's Baby, it's like, oh my God, why did I run into her? It's just like there are people like that.
Everybody like that. Isn't everybody like that? You run into somebody and like sometimes, their conversations may not seem like there's an end to them. And you just like, all right, it's like, why did I run into this person? So I think everybody could have that moment of Rosemary's Baby, but yeah.
So the episodes themselves, how long they usually take you to do?
It depends. I think, I would say, like, to be fair, I would give myself probably like a week. I think like a few days,
right?
Like 5 to 7 days, and it just depends on how complex the episode might be. Right. Like I think Three Kings Day episode had a lot of moving parts, a lot of new characters I was introducing. So there was a lot of, that was a more complex sopa, putting all the ingredients in. But it just depends on how much time I have, because I also balance the time with being with my kids. And sometimes I'm home and the kids are climbing all over me and I'm literally trying to create a Tita episode. And that's actually how it started. The kids were climbing all over me and like asking me for things and throwing things at me and me, Daddy, play with us, so I think like I'm always going to need that. So like, it's going to be sad when my kids get older and they're not climbing all over me. And I hope they just keep climbing all over me, even when they're in their 20s and 30s, and keep messing with me so I can keep making episodes that way. But if not, I'm going to have to like find kids, to...
Oh, no, tampoco. No. We don't know any kid services.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, cast some kids and hire, I don't know. It sounds weird. Okay, let me just stop. The point is that's sort of my schedule.
No. Also for your
because I don't want to say that and then people watching your show like, oh, he could take my kids, it's like no. Where can I mail my kids? It's like no.
This is your Spotlight TV show does not promote any child swaps or actual children giveaway. We dissuade from that heavily. Please keep your children in your own house.
Oh my God. Keep your kids.
Keep
All
your
right.
kids. It's okay. The world is full of them
Yeah.
for now. Who knows? All right. So in terms of your acting studio, I see that you're in your acting studio. How long you been doing the acting studio? And
So,
what was the inspiration for your acting studio?
well, I started my studio probably about like officially about 10 years ago, or a
Ah,
little bit
okay.
at this point now. But before that, I was just like helping friends and helping
Right,
people
right.
prep for auditions, and sometimes it helped me. But I kind of just enjoyed doing that. I enjoyed the process of preparing actors for stuff, whether it was for an audition or
Mhm,
just working with them. And
mhm.
so, like I said, maybe 10 years or more, I decided, I'm going to start my own classes and see if this is something that I can do, because I was already doing it organically. And I kicked it off there. The location that I'm at now, I've been here probably about close to a year and a half now. I'm in Midtown, and at
Mm,
this studio, we used to do classes here, but because of pandemic,
right,
the only things that we do here sometimes are private coaching and
right.
definitely self tapes. But we do follow CDC rules and regulations here. So, we check temperatures at the door.
Mhm,
Clients are sent to wash their hands. Masks are worn, even to the very last minute. When I'm about to hit record to the camera, they can take their mask off. And at that point, we're 6 feet apart from each other. So
right.
I'm still keeping the clients as safe as possible, especially during these challenging times. But basically, that's it in a nutshell. I love helping people first and foremost. And because I'm an actor, I'm in the world of entertainment. Um, it just makes sense, to help my fellow community of actors.
What was your first speaking role?
First speaking role was in an episode of The Sopranos on HBO.
Dang,
Uh, and
Sopranos. We just went like this.
we just went back. We just went
Yeah.
back. You know what I'm saying? That was my first official gig. And my line was, "Please don't shoot me. I just come to this country." That was my line.
Wow.
And they ended up cutting that line, which I'm kind of glad that they did, because I wasn't a fan of it, a fan of the show, but wasn't crazy about the line.
Right, right.
Um, anyways, the final episode, you just sort of see me, like the final cut, see me like look up, and I think the next scene, I'm like whacked. They whacked me, so that was my first death on TV, my introduction to TV, and then my death on TV.
Wow.
So,
What's your most favorite project you've worked on and your least favorite project?
favorite project. When people ask me that question, I always think of this episode of Law and Order Special Victims Unit that I did,
Mhm,
where it was the first time I did something for TV that felt like I was working on an independent project. There was no pressure. It just felt really chill, and I never feel that from TV. A lot of times with TV, everything is moving so fast, and you
mhm.
know, gotta get it now, gotta get it now, gotta go here, gotta move there. But this is the first time it just felt very chill. So that's one of my like really favorite experiences. But
Mhm.
I think I think when I have the most fun is when I'm working on my independent projects.
Right.
I work a lot with my spiritual family on independent projects that are really cool. And because we're growing as filmmakers while we're producing these projects, we also have a lot of fun. Um, Now, in regards to my least favorite projects that I've done, whether it's TV or film,
Mhm.
yikes, I'm trying to think. What could it be? What could it be? There were like weird moments,
Okay.
we're probably more like on not favorite moments, like
Right.
I'm working on a project and the director talks to me like I'm a kid or something. It's very strange. It's like, you
Right.
just give me the direction. When you call action, I'll do it. You don't have to talk to me like I'm a child. I'm a man.
Good.
So yeah.
No, for those of you who don't know in our lovely audience watching this, my favorite, it was really funny. You're gonna laugh at what I really got excited when I saw you on TV for. what I saw you on TV for the Lotto commercial
Oh yeah.
and also for the BP commercial.
Oh
I
yeah.
told my mom, I know that guy. And my mom goes, Pero quién? Who? That guy, the guy with the red hair. So I'm sorry to say that. The chubby guy with the freckles, like him.
Yeah, with
Oh,
freckles.
it's like
The
freckles.
fat guy with red hair.
Yeah. Yes, I like Christopher Walken.
Exactly. No, the BP commercial was fun. I had a lot of fun doing that. And all the Lotto commercials were fun too. There was one where I was riding a horse and they
Ouch.
they sent me to train. And you said ouch. Yeah, you know what? The horse didn't have a saddle on it, so definitely ouch.
Ooh.
Yeah, they wanted, I don't know why they didn't want a saddle, but they sent me to train to ride horses for like 5 days straight on like a bunch of different
I
horses.
hope you have some Bengay, some icy hot, because
Yeah, everything. I see hot Vicks, Bengay, that all, just una mezcla,
it's like
just
ice
boom.
pack. Little.
Yeah.
Talk
Let's just
about,
say, you know,
honey, I love you, but don't touch me right now.
don't touch me, don't touch me. And there was like this beautiful girl with me on the horse, and I remember somebody asked my wife, like, you feel comfortable with like that pretty girl on the horse with him? And she was like, you better go and make the bacon. I was like, my wife's dirty. She's dirty and she's smart. So
Well, speaking of your wife, she sings the theme song, Antita.
yes, she does.
And
She
I think it's great, your love story, how you guys met. And it was funny because the few times I remember going back to the HBO Latino Film Festival, I remember seeing you guys. They're gonna hook up at some point. They just have to like admit it to themselves. That was my whole thing. I'm like, Coño, just admit it. You like her, the vibe is right, just go for it. What are you waiting? This is me from the distance, of course. Like
That's funny because we were probably already together, but it just didn't seem like it. It was like, are they together? They might just
yeah.
like each other. I don't know. Yeah, because we don't have like those, what do they call it, the public displays of effect. Then they have like
Right,
like
right.
the word letters for that. Anyways,
Yeah, the
uh,
PDA.
what do they call that? I
Yeah,
can't think.
PDA.
There you go. That's it. That's it.
PDA.
Reading that somewhere. I was like, what is that?
¿Qué es eso? I don't know. He's like,
But
me agarraste la mano. It's all good. Okay.
she's great. She sings the theme song, and my brother actually, Gio, the Grand Eclectic, is the producer of the music. He produced me that. He's a music
So it's
producer.
a family affair.
Family affair, man. Family affair.
Yeah. No, but what was the meeting like? That's a good one. Like, how funny was it to say, hey, I have this character and I want you to help me come to life. And they look at you like, I'm sure they give you the eyebrow.
Like, what?
Como?
Well, the truth is, I had already created the show. I didn't have a theme song yet.
Ah.
And it would literally just have like a title card, whatever the name of the episode was, and it would jump right into it.
Right.
And so by the time I approached my brother about producing the song, I think I was already on maybe episode 7 or 8. And then he created what we now know as the opening and then the final theme.
Mm-hmm.
So
what are your future plans, sir? Anything else that you want to cook up?
future plans, man. Well, more Tita, of course. There's gonna be, feature films and things in the future, and
Mm-hmm.
there'll probably be an exclusive Tita short film that will circulate through the festival market,
Right.
sometime in the this new year. So I'm excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
New stuff, just new stuff, new stuff coming. So
Yeah.
I think
Because I remember Tita was at the Mott Haven Film Festival.
that's right.
And it was interesting because a lot of people didn't expect to see that. And I was just like, and everybody was like, after they saw it, I'm sure they came up to you like, oh my God, that was great. Oh my God, I needed to laugh like that.
Yeah.
With this whole pandemic going on, gracias. I don't know. I don't know. What reactions did you get from the film festival circuit when you presented?
It was really cool. It was the first time we were in a festival.
Mm-hmm.
It was very cool, and I liked people's response. But I also felt like for the first time, I had something to say at a festival. Like it wasn't me trying to be noticed in the room, and I guess that has to do a lot with my own like spiritual growth and just
Mm-hmm.
a lot of learning and being at a different age now. Where when you speak, you speak with like a level of empowerment. Like I produce this and I do this for myself and I do it this way.
Mhm.
Like not cocky, not egotistic or anything, but more just like, I just because for the longest time, and this is what I said at the festival, was that I was trying to like fit in a club. I was trying to get into the world. I was hoping that they would accept me. I
Right.
was ready to compromise who I was to a degree, right? To fit in to a space that didn't always fit. Sometimes it's like the kid's toy where the kid is trying to put like a square shape into a hole, and it doesn't go, and you're trying to force it instead of saying, well, who's my audience? Like, who are the people that will enjoy what I have to offer, instead of trying to please everybody. I think it's not realistic. So what I found with Tita, which was happening organically, is just that my community of folks and more started responding to her in a very real way. It was the first time I didn't have to convince somebody to watch something or see something, or and I was able to just create it from love and what I wanted to do without asking permission and without trying to be accepted. So
Wow.
that was one thing I shared, and I shared that with such confidence that I think everybody felt really good about that, because they're like, that's exactly what I've been doing. I've been trying so hard to fit in, but what about what I do?
Well, you and I have something in common aside from knowing each other from the film festival circuit. Um, well, I say this out loud and proud. It took me a while. My son was diagnosed at 18 months with autism spectrum disorder, and my niece also was diagnosed at 18 months as well.
Mhm.
From my end, I introduce myself as an autism mom, and they look at me. Do you have? No, 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 not me. I have to break it down. So people like the title. It's like,
She has autism and her kids help her. No, no,
like
no.
freno,
I,
freno, time
I
out.
know what you mean. I mean, you're saying that like you're a proud mom that supports your children, who high functioning, on the spectrum, and that you're not afraid to share that with the world, that you're proud because you're proud of your kids. That term is given to us by the world, but our kids are very special. They use their brain way differently,
Oh,
and
really?
as you know, and I know, like,
Yeah.
our kids are special, man, and they really offer so much, and we learn so much from them. So, anyways, not to cut you off, but I understand where you're coming from, and I get the term. So,
No, 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 absolutely. And also, in terms of, because for boys and girls is a little different. For
mhm.
boys, you for some reason, I don't know why, with a guy or with a boy, you can notice there's something a little off. I noticed for girls on the autism spectrum, they can hide it a little better and
Mhm.
it's not as bad. But it depends on, again, the level of which of the spectrum they're on. Like, for example, Leslie, you could talk to Leslie all day and you would be like, she's what? No. Shut your ass. No.
Yeah,
And the same
and
thing with my niece too. So
yeah, the thing with her, like, we don't really discuss it. Like, it's been a thing. Like, it's not that we're like, we just don't discuss it with her as much because at some point we will have that discussion with her.
mhm.
But yeah, no, she's and what's so cool about her is that she's got such a level of confidence that I
Yeah.
definitely didn't have at that age. And she pushes me. She's like, "No, Dad, go for it. Just do it and go." And she's not afraid. She reminds me of her godmother, who
Mhm.
always teaches me, my spiritual sister Warrior, who's always like, "Go in there, do it fearlessly. Don't ask permission." And my daughter does the same thing. I'm like, "All right, I got you. I'll listen
Yeah.
to you."
Well, Victor, I thank you so much for this interview. Thank you for your time. And thank you for the show, for being on there, being my first guest.
Yeah, I love it. Listen, this is great, and this is your form of independence. You're creating your own platform to
Just
bring.
a little bit from the cocina, though.
I
From
love
the
it
kitchen.
though. Can we just give some love to that red sabana that's in the back covering
The red savana.
the dishes and the toys, and can we just acknowledge the dishes in the background y el jabón, que soon you're gonna have to buy another one for the
And
congratulations.
stay well, and stay safe. Good luck with everything.
You got it. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night. Bye.
When I have more money, I jump in it. Na zdrowie!
Oh my God, they're whores.
Preach.
And besides that, Ignacio's giving away for free.
Andre's dad was getting them whores when he was 14.
Can I have a tea, please?
This tea. It's not morning, asshole. I'm making dinner. Does your bougie ass want any of this?
That doesn't annoy you enough to fix it?
You fucking fix it. You live here too.
Well, you get some new fucking shorts.
You're a golden boy, but you can still bleed!
Fuck, Deke. What the hell is this?
I hate this motherfucker, boss! You fucking paired me with this princess! All he fucking does is piss me off!
Hello, hi. I'm now going to interview the lovely, the effervescent, the evolving. Her style changes like she changes her wardrobe. And her life is about fun, fun, fun. The one and only Tkach. Well, welcome to your spotlight.
Oh, wow. That was so beautiful. Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
Wow. Yes, that's me. I'm Tkach. I don't know how to. This is my first Zoom made for television interview, and I have you to thank because if you weren't the host, I would never do this.
Aw.
So thank you so much for having me on your show.
No, thank you for being on my show. I really appreciate it. So we just showed the premiere of 21st Century Problem by AirModular, which you are a singer.
I am, yeah.
A singer and the director of the video.
Yes.
Also showed Champagne Taste on Beer Budget. I like that. And of course, we showed episode 1 of Andres and Deke. So talk about your projects.
Okay. Do you want to go into what we just saw?
Yeah.
All 3 of those? Okay, because I wrote a lot of notes. And here we go. Okay, so I will explain all 3. Let's see. I'm going to say my own name. I am Tkach. International director / video maker. I'm only here for fun. So this is going to be fun. But I wanted to talk about the 3 videos we just saw because they're so heavy in concept, especially AirModular's 21st Century Problem. But I definitely wrote notes for this. I wrote a lot of notes for this because it's so deep. Okay. So let's see. This is the first time we're actually showing it at all.
Really?
Yes, this is the premiere of this.
Oh, wow.
So this is a big deal. So because we're seeing AirModular 21st Century Problem, and I do sing for ModMan. Let's see, he gifted, these are my notes, so I'm going to turn away a little bit. He gifted me to make this video, and it's a big deal. It was a big deal. I was in Florida at the time, and I was laying in a bed thinking, what is the 21st century problem? And I came up conceptually with, there will be lonely robots. Right? Okay, these are my notes, so please bear with me as I look away from you.
You're okay.
This goes deep. Okay, the humans are all now too mindless, shooting their own selfies, and the robots, my version, the bot girl, the bot star G, breaks out because the beat is all that we have. This for me is the heartbeat. Because it's the lyrics part of the song. The robot is more connected to human needs and wants as a human being created to connect and give love. And here she's so alone because all these humans are just taking selfies of themselves. They're so ridiculous now. They don't know how to connect. Yeah, all the humans are in the video. None of them are actually giving each other eye contact. They're only in their own device, constantly taking selfies because they're self-devoted to their own egos and they have less to give to others. But this lonely robot, which I'll get back to with my notes, she's so alone. She was created to give things to the humans, to love the humans, to connect to the humans, and no human is paying attention to her. Where my notes are so long. Okay, here we go. And where's the humanity? She has the beat of a heart living inside a new society that is broken. Bot G, the heroine, has her tragic Greek style drowning in an ocean.
Right.
So unquenched from her longing to bond, to connect. You see hope die when her light literally goes dead.
And scene. No, okay.
Yeah, because what we did was she literally electrocuted herself and died.
She fried her circuits pretty much.
Yeah, she definitely did. Did you see the part where she fried at the top of her head?
And it's like, if this was a legit situation, I'd be worried about. So, okay, we're 21st century problem.
Yes.
What were like the fun parts about it, and what were some of the challenges?
The challenges was coming up with the concept for what is the 21st century problem.
Okay.
That was a challenge for me because I thought, well, there's so many problems. How do you hone it in? And then also, how do you make fun of us being so much more silly than we used to be? Like selfies, I love them personally. So I'm constantly taking selfies, but they make me feel happy and silly at the same time because I don't take myself too seriously. And then if I had a robot, a bot G, I wouldn't connect to her. I'd be so busy in my own world that I would become the problem as well, because that would be where the push in society would.
True. So aside from that, now tell me about Champure Taste on Beer Budget.
Okay, I wrote notes for this one too.
It was great.
Yes. So then Ella Moran Makeup, that is her official YouTube and her Instagram as well. Ella Moran Makeup asked me to roll an opener introduction for a series called Champagne Taste on a Beer Budget. And she is very talented.
Right.
She is wonderful. And she has a very light sense of humor. And she's actually a great friend of mine as well. I just want to add that. She does contrasting reviews for drugstore makeup versus high-end pricey makeup. And that's why her title is genius, Champagne Taste on a Beer Budget. She basically tells you, like, she just did a review on her own stuff about, she just made a Russian channel, which of course we're international. So she and I speak in Russian as well together. But she has a thing where it's Gucci foundation and then she's something else, drugstore quality stuff. She's amazing. So that's what it is. Champagne Taste on a Beer Budget. It's her open introduction to her YouTube channel. Oh. And I should add that after this version, her husband, her king, added visual effects that are magnificent that you can only see on her YouTube channel, not the version that we just presented here.
Right.
It's pretty awesome, actually. I guess so. So if you want to go see Ella Moran makeup, Champagne Taste on a Beer Budget, to see the visual effects that her husband created, are amazing.
No, I like at the end how it just like, it's all serious and extravagant. And then she just lets loose at the end and then you cue the music and it's just like she breaks character completely.
So Russian. It's so Russian. Like she's eating caviar with a big spoon, and the outfits are all from my grandmother. You know, like well, not all of them, because I did go to FIT and I am a fashion designer. So I style everything for my own shoots constantly.
Oh, wow.
I tweak everything. I sew everything. I do everything conceptually. I make sure that the costumes are on peak so we can have fun. I like us to have fun. So I micro detail every single thing so that on the day of actual filming, I'm loose. We have fun. I have everything you could possibly need from my granny cart. This is my process. I bring the granny cart and everything's in it. I'm prepared for everything. If you need an extra napkin, I have it. If you need this, if you need this, you need an extra spoon, I brought 3.
There you go.
Yeah, that's how I do my productions. Granny cart productions.
No. I think, as a filmmaker and also as, a video maker, and now that I'm doing my foray into TV, you really have to learn how to improvise and not be minimalist, but just make stuff work for you. So that's what I've learned through from BMCC, where I went to and I got my associate's degree, that I went to City College. I learned about television production, and then I got my degree in it. Then I went to film school and I got my degree in that too. And I worked at various film festivals throughout the years. I learned to just be like, you know what, and I've worked with, independent filmmakers. So it's just like, listen, the granny card is nothing. It's just like, okay, you bought the lights, you rented the lights at the best price that you could. You got the actors, sometimes it's relatives, sometimes it's friends, and you just make it work somehow.
I do like my friends being my productions, but I actually cast from backstage.com a lot.
Okay.
And every actor that's ever come out of Backstage has been phenomenal for me. And they've done all my projects because I have such a passion, and I literally bombard my actors with information. Here's a script, and here's some visuals, and here's this. And you know what? Are you ready to text today? Because let's talk about everything conceptually. I go overboard to the point where I'll have to say it's not a gender thing, but the men are like, overwhelmed. But also they're like, can you just send me what you've done so I can see? Like, they go on their own steps. And their steps are, please show me your work so that I can see it. And I'm like, yes, okay. And then they're like, oh, wow, that's cool. And then I overbombard them. They sparsely take time to eventually reply. And
so that's part of your process. I think.
Yes.
I think that's a good process. Sometimes it's better to do over than under.
I overdo everything, and it's still fun for this psycho.
Oh,
No, I know. For me, it's very fun. And I love it so much that I get so passionate about it that I message them a good amount just so that we make sure that every concept is discussed. Everything is discussed. And I like it that way.
True. So that's your process behind everything you've done that we've shown right now on the show.
Yes, we haven't even spoken about episode 1 yet.
Yeah, please, let's speak. I was going to tell you, let's speak about episode 1.
Yes. So Andreas and Deke show is my pandemic masterpiece. During the lockdowns, I did a lot of actual editing because Champagne Taste on a Beer Budget was released during the pandemic.
Oh, wow.
It was great. I sat there, I worked on it. Any changes she wanted, I tweaked. But also episode 1, episode 2, and episode 3 came out from my own YouTube channel because of the pandemic. I had this footage that's going to go on the big screen into a short movie.
Right.
And I said I could cut teasers for this. I can make an episode 1, an episode 2, and an episode 3. And that's exactly what I did because the actors developed a real friendship, Andreas and Deke, and they're actually real life friends now, which is but you can see it based on how they banter, how they kind of have chemistry, and how they're like, want you to change your shorts. It was cute. They ad-libbed a lot. They had fun. And that fun, I added into episode 1, episode 2, and episode 3.
Right.
During my pandemic masterpieces of the Andreas and Deke show, which comes from the movie Andreas.
Oh, wow. I like how everything just like kind of tied in, just like this little thing. Just this goes here, and voila.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you basically pretty much explained your process, which is no, it's like you said, it's all about having fun, and it's better to saturate than undersaturate. So,
yeah.
Most favorite project, least favorite project, go.
You're right. I do love Andreas. It's been my favorite. But not only that, I called ahead and booked a suite for us to fight in. And originally they told me for Andreas, yes, you can fight here. Nobody's beneath you. But then they all freaked out on the day of and said, oh my God, we're going to get in so much trouble. Which, by the way, it went fine. In the end, it went fine. Somehow I maneuvered that it went fine. We were fine. And that became the fun. This Andreas did become the funnest thing I've ever done. And it's not even finished. We're not finished because of the pandemic. We stopped filming.
Oh.
Okay. So my least, in the end, Alexis, the short movie, which is too raunchy to show for television, apparently,
yeah.
became a finished product that I created for my YouTube. And I don't know if it's actually finished, but because I collaborate so much with AirModular, ModMan gave me lots of sounds and audio.
Right.
I sing a song that I wrote and put into it. There's also another friend of mine who's a professional sound engineer for traveling tour. His name is Rich Dean. He gave me some incredible music. I put it in Alexis. I'm talking about all the good stuff before I get to all the crap stuff.
No.
And yeah, I collaborated and put together this movie. My cameraman is my animator constantly. He's always my cameraman, but not for Champagne Taste on a Beer Budget. That was just her and me with her iPhone. So anyway, I put in Alexis, the short movie, children. I put wickedness in there. I put prostitution in there. I put a sex scene in there. I put a whole bunch of things in there. Right. And it was fun, but it was so complicated to get kids and to get difficult actors and to, like, I had a lot of things to put together. And that's why it's not my favorite when I was doing it. But in the end, it came out really, really great. Right. Just during it, I was having sleepless nights. I wasn't sure if the actor was going to show up. He was being too difficult for me. The children were all over the place. I ended up having 3 of them when I only needed 1 for the scene. They were all running around. The mothers were wonderful. I forgot hot water, so I asked the guy smoking the cigarette, pouring the ice cream. Hey, could you bring a thermos? I got the cocoa, but I didn't bring the hot water for the children. The children need cocoa. They're not okay. So I mean, it was kind of like a happy little shit show. Oh, am I allowed to curse?
A little, but just you gotta be careful.
All right, it was a happy little
crapshoot
debacle of a production.
It was a beautiful disaster.
Oh God, you're so much better at this. Yes, exactly that.
So, any more projects?
I want to finish Andreas, and Andreas is going to have a lot of visual effects that my animator is going to place in it. It's going to be fantasy. There's an angel of darkness and an angel of light, and she's in the movie, but a lot of the times because she's fantasy, we haven't finished out all of the layout of this. So Andreas, but also if it's fun, I'm very open to collaborating these days. As long as you give me a project where there's humor in it, perhaps some violence, perhaps some fantasy, and just fun, humor. It's got to have humor in it, then I'm open. So right now it's Andreas on the, what do you call it? Roster on the
list of things. Check it out.
Okay, yes. And maybe some music videos, because I love short movies and music videos. That's my thing. That's what I like to do the most.
So you would never venture to do a feature film?
I never say never. They're a lot of work. They're much more energy to place into than a music video and a short movie. There's just so much more to fill in the gaps and to keep the attention of the audience.
Right. So
that it'll be a little bit more difficult the day I do that, but currently it's music videos and short films for me.
That sounds like a good arena to be in.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you.
So the last thing before I let you go, my dearest, talk about AirModular. And
AirModular.
Cy Donovan of AirModular.
I love Cy Donovan of AirModular, also known as ModMan, because it's officially ModMan Music Productions that does the band AirModular. ModMan and I were speaking about me making Alexis the short movie.
Right.
And I wanted music. I came to him. I knew that he made sounds. He had a studio. He made music. Then he shared some of his music with me. And then he asked me to sing for him because I'd been singing here and there, but mostly for myself. And everyone who heard me sing, just for pleasure, would come up like, wow, you're amazing. You should go on, name a TV show. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm good. I don't want that. I don't need that.
It's too much pressure. It's too annoying.
I don't like that. Stress-free life. Fun. No. ModMan asked me to sing.
Right.
And I sang for ModMan.
Got it.
Back then, something tragic had happened. He had a singer, and she happened to have died in her sleep. And it took him 2-3 months to recover from the tragedy of a sudden death.
Right.
And once I had started singing for him, originally he thought maybe he was going to quit music.
Oh.
But there was like a new light that happened. When we started creating, we just started working, and now we work years together. And every time I make something, I ask him, can I use this? He goes, sure, hun. Because we're just so close. We're constantly speaking about the collaborative process. He has the heart of an artist and I have the heart of an artist. And we just bond so closely with our work that it helps. We're, I think, heart-long friends. Yeah. And we're going to work together, I don't know, I hope all of our lifetimes.
That's really unique and endearing, and it's very rare in this industry in these days to want to, the first people you work with and you gel together to like keep writing together.
Yeah. I mean, I have another person that I work with and collaborate constantly, and it's Jeremy Greenberg. He's my animator. We met at FIT, and they didn't have an animation department when we were in fine arts, and they had just opened it, and Jeremy just went into it. And years later, somehow Jeremy and I got back together, started working on things. And I think it's been, I can't tell you how many years, maybe 10 years we've been working together on constant projects. He's like, Ina, can we do this? And I'm like, okay. Is it fun? Is it fun? It's got to be fun. No, you're not going to like it. All right. Then call me when it's fun. So he's constantly working with me. So I have a Jeremy Greenberg and I have a Cy Donovan. And sometimes I go bother Rich Dean, my really good sound engineer friend. Like, hey, can I have some music for this sex scene? He's like, what do you need? So those are the three people that I constantly collaborate with.
Which is good.
Yes.
So thank you so much for being on the show, being on the pilot show of This Is Your Spotlight. Thank you to Ina.
Tkach. Ina Tkach, international director / video maker.
Yes. Yes to all.
Yes.
So thank you so much for joining me, and stay tuned. And thank you for watching the show. And I hope to see more projects.
Cheers. Thank you.
And my name is Eurydice Roman, and this is the show. This is your spotlight. Thank you for watching. That's all the time we have. Thank you to Victor. Thank you to Ina. Check out their work, and also check this episode out on the Facebook page. This is your spotlight, and also the YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. Have a great night. Stay safe, stay well, and stay blessed.